What the hell is going on? Oh, that's turned to wrong. My tea. All right. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. How's everybody this evening? Just want to talk with you about a couple of things. Um, First thing I'll tell you, a breaking news story. There is a shooting at the. Make sure I get the university right. Shots were fired at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. Um, Police said one individual is in custody, and there are conflicting reports on the number of people that were shot. We're getting 3, and then we're getting 4. So I don't know exactly what's going on, but that happens in the early stages of a breaking news story. A lot of things that you will get will probably have to be, corrected. So all we know now is that there is a suspect is in custody after multiple people were shot at the University of North Carolina in Charlotte. Once we receive more information, I will relay that to you. Well, good evening, Sharon. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in this evening. Like I said, a couple of things we're going to talk about, and I promise I'm not going to keep it long because I got to leave here and I got to go. We got to do YouTube tonight. I want to talk about some things that's going on in Shreveport, Louisiana. And I'm sure if I ask you what am I talking about, I'm sure everybody would get the same answer, and the answer would be correct: shootings in Shreveport. I think sometimes that we can, Mike Wells. What's going on, my brother? Thanks for tuning in, like always, bro. We're talking about the issues in Shreveport with the shootings that's going on. And then we're going to go to bullying. And it is becoming a serious, serious problem in this country, and we're going to address that tonight. But first, let's address the shooting situations in Shreveport. I put a post out last night, and it was comical, but I was serious. Or maybe I did it this morning, I don't know. That there were so many shootings in Shreveport within the past 3 or 4 days. Hell, I was getting confused on what story I was posting on because they were like coming back to back, back to back, back to back, and it's earthly sad. That is earthly sad. It's sad and it's embarrassing, and I think sometimes we can expect. I'm looking for my notes here. I got it. I think sometimes we can expect too much from the police. Because, truth be told, the police come, after. You can't put a police officer at every damn door in Shreveport, Louisiana. That's just not going to work. Last night, Kathy from the Port City Trail Riders invited me to Captain Shreve. It was the Stop the Killing campaign. There she is. Barbara, how are you this evening? It's always good to see you. And I went. I was a little late getting there, but I did show up, and I thank her for inviting me. Again, it was a Stop the Killing in Shreveport, Louisiana. Well, while I was on my way there, we got an alert. There was another shooting in Shreveport. LaDane Morris. What's going on, my dear brother? As I was going to Captain Shreve last night, again, we got an email. There had been another shooting in Shreveport. Well, I mean, it gets to the point to where there's not a pill that's going to be a one cure all. It's not. And I've said it twice tonight, I think, that we continue to put too much on the police. And I said that because of this. Again, they only come after the fact. I think we're going to have to stop being scared. Put your big boy boxers on and your big girl panties on, and we're going to have to stop letting Rah-Rah and Bebe and Tutu, the damn juveniles, hold the city of Shreveport hostage. This is ridiculous. They're in the streets of Shreveport shooting like they damn police officers. And this is earthly ridiculous. This is earthly ridiculous, and a lot of people are becoming victims. They wasn't the intended target, but they were there, and they got shot. Somebody said, hey, what's going on, King, today? Morrison, we're talking about the shootings in Shreveport right now, and then we're going to talk about some the bullying situations that's going on in our country. And there's some serious things coming up with that, so that's what I really want to get to, so I'm not going to spend too much time on the Shreveport thing. Last night event, it was wonderful. Well put together. Corporal Marcus Hines was the host there and stuff, and Dominic Ben was there. It was great. They sung, and they prayed. I don't know the name of one group got up, but it was some older ladies. I don't get in trouble for saying it that way, but man, they brought the house down. I was there taking notes, and I put my pad down, and then they had me up. They were good and stuff. So it's a cry out because we're tired and we don't know what else to do. But here's the thing, and this is not to dampen anybody's spirits, but even the event last night, if we were to tell the truth, would say that's not going to do anything. It's not. That's not going to do nothing. And I said that because history will always be your best teacher. History. And when you look back on history and how you have been addressing certain issues, if the issues you have been addressing are still there and some are even getting worse, then that tells you one thing. We need a new approach to the injustices, the crime, and the foolishness in the city of Shreveport, because whatever we've been doing is not working. It's not working. And I don't mean in any disrespect to anybody. I think this campaign here, I think this was wonderful. This is what it was last night, and I think it's wonderful, and I can't go against it. Somebody needs to say something. But here's the thing. Here's why that's not going to work. It's simple. Whenever there's violence in the minds, hear me good, there's always going to be violence on the streets. Whenever an individual has a battlefield going on within his or her mind, there's going to be violence on the streets. We're angry. We're frustrated. We don't want to be disrespected. If you cross me wrong, I'm going to blow your damn brains out. And this is ridiculous. And the problem is with some of us, because we know some of the people that's doing these shootings and we won't turn them in. And not only that, I think we need to start walking the neighborhoods, addressing these issues with the people that carry the damn guns all the time. And when you carry a gun, you are twice as likely to get into an argument with someone because you feel you have backup. Someone says, with all the bullying and stuff going on around the world, I am afraid to let my kids go outside. And you know what? As Morrison, I understand that. I feel that profound statement. But that's a statement that makes you think. Because you can't let your kids go out and play. You don't know when a stray bullet is going to hit them. And not only that, she brought up about the bullying, but I'm going to go there in just a bit. But I believe everything starts in the home. If I don't value my life, then I sure as hell won't value your life. If I don't love me, then it don't do you no good to tell me that the Bible said to love everybody. Well, if I don't love myself, sure I'm not going to love you. So people are frustrated for whatever reason there may be. But we have to get people to a point to where they become emotionally intelligent. Emotionally intelligent. They handle their emotions rather than letting their emotions handle them. And most black people have the attitude, I don't give a fuck. And they don't give a fuck. They don't. Until they're in trouble. Now, before you get in trouble, you have the ability to decide how you're going to handle this situation. The ball's in your court. You have that ability to look and add up the calls. How am I going to address this? You have that ability. But here's what you don't have all the time after that. You may not have the ability to choose the consequences that you must now face because of your actions. Simply put, when you pick up one end of the stick, you got to pick up the other end. Now, whatever I want for me, and good evening, family. Sam, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. You're late. Anyway, whatever I want for me and my family, I should want the same for you and your family. I think I was speaking with my sister Brenda last night, and she brought up something, and I agreed. She said, some of this can go back to the hip-hop industry with the music. Because some music, it can influence someone that is somewhat naive in thinking. And, with the gangster rap, they get into that beast mode, and they bout it, so to say. And so when they have a gun on their hip, whether they're intending to use it or not, they'll pull it out because they have it. Everybody is somebody's child. Everybody. Your child is my child is your child. Conversations must come about for the shootings that's going on in Shreveport. This is the city that I grew up in, down in the bottom. 905 Travis Street, apartment W, right behind Madame's Brew Salon and J&J Cafe. Made the best hamburgers on the damn planet. Best hamburgers you could ever get. Love them. Steve Bennett grocery store. Mama wouldn't eat no meat out of there, but she'll buy other stuff. But anyway, youngsters are holding the city of Shreveport hostage. Praying is good. There's nothing wrong with praying. But be mindful of this. If you pray and then go and sit and do nothing, then that's like giving a whale a tic-tac. Nothing's going to happen. You don't just pray and then go and say, okay, God, deal with it. It gives your mind, intellect, to come up with ways to address the issues that's going on within your city. Every week in Shreveport, there's at least 2 or 3 shootings. Every week. And if the police said it now, they're telling a damn lie. Every week, at least 2 or 3 shootings in Shreveport. It's like they done drunk some damn mad juice. They're out of their damn minds. And this must stop. It has to stop. But if you think you're going to stand there and just hold hands and pray, and then when you get through praying, God can fix it, there won't be any more shootings in Shreveport. Well, while you was praying, holding hands, 2 people just got shot. What I'm saying, faith without works is dead. So if we're going to go biblical, when you get through praying, you got to get up and got to go out and you got to do something. You can hold up a sign all damn day long says, stop the killing, stop the violence. That don't mean shit to a disturbed individual. If there's a battlefield going on in my mind, it's nothing you can do to stop me from doing what I want to do because I feel like I've been played or disrespected. I'm trying to read what someone just said. Some black people don't care, and where I'm from, when a black woman tried to talk, and the next black woman. Okay, and listen, here's the thing, and that's Morrison. You are exactly right. And then Sam comes and says, that's right, trying to impress others, which ultimately leads to devastation for both families. And you know what, Sam, if you don't say nothing else tonight, you just preach, because at least dealing with me and my nephew getting shot, each bullet that was pumped into my nephew kind of, it's kind of distanced his family some, because of who killed my nephew. So how far do you share stories? I don't know exactly what that means. How far do I share? I hope I'm going to answer this right. As far as they can go. I mean, I don't know if they can go to Utah, London, Germany, wherever they can go, they go. We don't just deal with local issues. We deal with issues, period. In every city, every state, every country, we're there. And we don't, anybody can report the news, but oftentimes we not only report the news, but we try to come with solutions about what's going on within the city and stuff. So we have to get past that I don't give a fuck attitude. Larry Moore, good evening. Thanks for tuning in. We have to get past that I don't give a fuck attitude. Because you do give a fuck. Maybe not then, but once you're caught and you're faced with consequences, then you give a fuck. And a lot of times, you don't give a fuck to what you did. You're sorry because you got caught for what you did. And so you got to get to the point to where, again, you take control of your emotions rather than let them take control of you. Because you can cry till the damn river meets the sea. That's not going to stop the shootings and the killings in Shreveport when we're dealing with some mentally disturbed people who think they're fine. And they're not. I see your stories, although not in... You don't see my stories in Minnesota, in Minneapolis. If you don't see my stories in Minneapolis, we're going to have to fix that, because I'm a Prince fan till the day I die. I love Prince, and my favorite color is purple. So I tell you, Rain, we're gonna take care of this first thing in the morning. I'm gonna make sure y'all get them. I will make sure of that tomorrow. We have to do that, because I am Prince till they lay me down. But again, yesterday about 1 o'clock there was a shoot. 5 o'clock then there was a shoot. 8:30 last night I think there was a shoot. Right after midnight there was a shoot. Don't make any goddamn sense. It don't make any damn sense. It doesn't make... You are welcome, my brother. It doesn't make any damn sense to keep interrupting family's life because of the interruption that's going on the inside of your mind. You don't own nothing. You can't come and take over a neighborhood and say, this is my set. That ain't no damn set. That's a neighborhood. I've been here for 50-some damn years. If anybody can say that they own Travis Street, hell, I can say it. Y'all just coming in. You don't own shit. You want to. This is not no Nino Brown shit. This is real life. You're interrupting families. That's what you're doing. And nobody wins. You got families going to the courthouse. Then you got families going to the funeral home. You got families going to the hospital. It don't have anything to do with age, but you ought to get to a point in life to where whenever you see anybody, black, white, male, female, you should see yourself before you really see them. And learn how to deal with situations in an intellectual way, apart from cussing and fighting and shooting and killing. And above all, my voice is going, and above all, try not to put yourselves in certain situations that will cause for you to go and pull a gun and shoot somebody. Because once you pump them damn bullets out, they can't come back. There's no boomerang effect. Don't do it. Everybody is somebody's child. Maybe you don't give a damn about Bobby, Ronnie, Ricky, and Mike, but somebody do. And you are destroying your own selves. And you want another race to respect you. You want another race to see you in a different light. Well, that's not going to happen. If you want any race to respect you or any other race to see you in a different light, then you must first see yourself in that different light. You must realize that you are part of the symptom and you're not the cure. And so if I say you're part of the symptom and you're not the cure, that means you the damn problem. And we got to expose you, and you got to come out of these neighborhoods, and we don't want to push you to other neighborhoods and make it bad for them. But if you're breaking the damn law and you're carrying a gun and you don't have a permit to carry a gun, you need to be locked up. It's as simple as that. Because you're shooting at the drop of a damn dime. Anything sets you off. I ain't going to let mama play me like that. I ain't no person. You can hit your damn chest all day long. That don't mean you're no damn man. You can be 55, 65, 75. That don't make you a man. Your physique, your physical appearance, your size, your age does not make you a man. Hitting your damn chest all day, that's just hurting you. Ain't doing a damn thing to me. When you hit your chest like that, I'm wondering, are you trying to assure me that you're a man or your damn self? I think it's yourself. Everything starts at home. Everything starts at home. And we're finna go into the bullying thing. Everything starts at home. Everything starts at home. Position determines perspective. What we see depends upon where we're standing. Simply put, what about who? I don't know who you're talking about, sir. Somebody named Justin Diamond. What do you do? I've never heard of him. But anyway, everything starts at home. We have gotten away from family values. The OJs had a song out, I think it was Family Reunion, and one of the lyrics in the song, they said, the daddy's the head, and if the daddy is all right, if the daddy's got himself together and he's connected to the higher being, then the family's going to be all right because that's the provider, that's the head, that's the thinker. Everything's going to be fine. At dinner time, if you got 3 or 4 kids in the house, nobody sits at a table. Maybe one person. That might be mom. You got a child in the living room, one in the bedroom, one sitting outside. That's not family time. Family time is when the dinner's ready and you sit at the table together as a family. Even if you don't do it but one day out of a week, you have to get back to family values. You have to get back to family values. You have to get back to raising your kids apart from letting the streets raise your kids. And when the streets raise your kids, compliments of you, you probably won't like the end results. Because truth be told, you find out when it's too late that the streets does not love no damn body. We're just letting our kids just run loose. You're not spending any quality time with your kids. Just because you got them with a roof over their head and clothes on their back and food, that does not necessarily mean that you are really taking care of them. It goes way past that. Anybody can do that, you know. But what kind of time are you spending with them? And what are you teaching them about other kids when they go to school? If you take a 11 or 12-year-old girl, and if the mother or the daddy do not validate her, hear me good, if the mother or the daddy do not validate her in the home at an early age, she will seek that validation in the streets. What you didn't give her, she will seek in the street. And it's going to turn out bad for her. So if you validate them at an early age, when they go out in the streets and somebody says, you're pretty, you're fine, I already know that there. Tell me something I don't know. Mama and Daddy told me that. Tell me something I don't know. But when they don't know that, when they're not getting that from home, anybody that comes along and pay her some attention, boom, there it is. And it's the same with the boys. Go sit your bad ass down. You just like your damn dad. You ain't shit, you ain't gonna be shit. Okay, here's what you're doing, Miss Super Stupid, or Mr. Super Stupid. You're planting a negative seed in your child's mind. He see himself as bad and negative and just like his daddy. So his daddy might be in prison. Somebody said, it's not, sir. Justin Diamond was killed by police. I thought you would have known. I see you post a lot about crime. I do. I post a lot about crime, but that one I haven't heard about. I haven't done it yet. I know that. So if I had done something on it, I would know it. But the email address is there, brother. Just shoot me something there and tell me what it is, which way to go. And I promise you, I will get with you on it, and we'll blow the whistle. We'll put it out there for you. But okay, back to the son. So whatever you tell me that I am, I believe that I'm that. Dad's in prison. Well, I'm going to prison. So I began to live that thug gangster life, doing something close to nothing. You already told me it's going to be bad, just like his dad. Nothing, just like his dad. You talk to him stupid. So that's not love. So you're planting negative seeds, and when you plant those negative seeds, he's going to give off those negative seeds to society. At Christmas time, you buy your boys toy guns, anything that's not going to educate the mind. White folks, they go buy the VTech toys, the computer stuff, educating the mind when he's 3 months old. That's what they serious. That's what they do. But you're helping prune your child for to be in the statistics of life. You bought him a water gun, a cap gun. Now he wants to be a cop. Well, that'll last for about 4 or 5 months. And he said, man, damn it, I want to be a gangster. I want to be a killer. So you have to watch what you're buying your children, because they begin to live that life. You want to educate them. Get them ready for society. So what now? Like I said, it's an error. Oh, brother, I am a female. It's okay. You said you are a female. Okay, I apologize. I can't see you. I can just see your name. Okay, all right. We apologize for that. Martin, I'm good. Welcome to the show. I'm doing good. Thank you kindly. Okay, so let's get back to the issue. I got to stay on this. So just shoot me an email, because I can't keep interrupting for that. Just shoot me something. Okay, listen. Educate your child the right way. Stop grooming them to be a statistic in this world. Get them ready for success. Apart from all the mess that's out there in the street. Monitor what your children are listening to. Monitor what they're doing on social media. Don't give them the laptop or the smartphone and tell them to go in the room. You need to find out who in the hell they're talking to in the room. Okay, Sam, I can't get into that. I need to get to the thing about the bullying. So you two handle that however you all want to do it, but I can't address that anymore because I need to get on with what I really need to talk about this evening for the sake of time. So you all work that out and just send me an email. Oh, God. Okay, here we go. A little boy. He's 6 years old. Little boy is 6 years old. He lives in Baltimore, Maryland. I shared this story about an hour ago. What I try to do before we go live is I try to share what I'm getting ready to speak about. So if you've been on the Injustice Facebook page, you've already had a chance to, read it or read some of it anyway. There's a 6-year-old boy, a little black boy in Maryland, and he's being bullied by classmates. Well, I think last week, earlier this month, he was on the school bus, and one of the older kids asked him to come to the back of the bus, and he did. He did. And when he did, the older kid opened the emergency door and pushed him out while the school bus was still moving. He fell head first and was knocked unconscious for a short while. Now, here's what he said. He said, he dumped me out of the window. I landed on the street. No car didn't run me over. It's very sad. Very sad to hear a 6-year-old boy saying something such as this, because he's been bullied and he was pushed off of the school bus in the back when the guy pushed the emergency door open. He could have died. He could have got killed. He could have died from the fall. I don't think we're taking the bullying thing serious like we should. Yeah, Sam said that's extremely sad. It is. It is. And I'm going to be honest, I shed a tear when I read what he said, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, wow, and it's just sad. It is extremely sad, Dan. So it made me shed a tear. Because it looks like bullying from the kids to other kids are on the rise. We have 2 black girls. I don't think they know each other. They don't live in the same city or state. One lives in South Carolina. The other one lives in Texas, Houston, Texas. Ironically, within days apart, both of them had similar situations that cost them their life. First girl was 10 years old. Last name is Wright. Second girl, 13 years old. Her last name is Francis. Both of these girls had fights with other girls. Both of these girls were beat. Both of these girls died from their injuries. And that's the only way I can say it right now, because with the first girl, they said that no, the doctor said, the medical examiner, she didn't die from the fight. She had a illness that the family didn't know of. Okay, well, we're looking into that, because that might have been the case, but even whether the family knew it or not, if she had not been involved in a fight, would she still be alive today? That's my question to the medical examiner. Another girl, Francis. Incidentally, both of those stories got a lot of attention, but Francis in Houston, Texas, in just a matter of time, that post was seen by over 5 million people, and I had the stats down on how many times it had been shared and stuff, because when one girl, I guess, stopped beating her, we got the video up on our page, to another girl came in and she started beating her, and she kicked her in her head. After she kicked her in the head, the fight broke up and they went on. When the 13-year-old arrived home, she told her mother what had happened, and her mother, knew it because she had the bruises and scars in her face. To go with what she was telling her mom. Well, Mom wanted to take her to the doctor, and she said, "No, I feel fine." So the mother said, "Are you sure?" "Yeah, I feel fine." Okay, she left for alone. She went to spend the night with some relatives, and I think it was one Sunday morning. I think the night before, if I'm getting it correct, she began to be delusional. And that lasted, a short while. She, came back to. But when she spoke with her mother that morning, she told her mother that she was having very, very, very bad headaches. And so the mother just got in the car and hopped on over there. Then at around, she said, "Come on, baby, let's go up and take her to the doctor." No, Mom, I'm fine. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I said, "Okay." Well, it was out of her mother's hand at that time. And it was out of the little girl's hand at that time because the paramedics had to come. Because she was out. The time they got her to the hospital, she slipped into a coma. A few days later, she would be pronounced dead. I've read some of the medical examiner's report. She had a tumor on her brain that had begun to leak fluid. And they are attributing that to her death rather than the fight, rather than, the girl that kicked her in the head. We can just rule her out because she won't be charged because she wasn't the cause of the child's death. Not so fast. Not so fast. I know what you're telling us, but let us look into it. It's a sad situation because, listen, you got a parent over here and you got a parent over there. One parent has lost their child through a fight. And I don't care how you look at it. I mean, I'm just wondering, if Frances didn't have that fight that day, would she still be alive today? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. But then you have the other mother. My child is having nightmares. She can't sleep. Well, I'm not being ugly to the other mother, or maybe I am, I don't know. But at least your child can have nightmares. Mamie Jackson's child cannot. Her dreaming is over. She's dead. So, what do? We cannot continue to let juveniles commit adult crimes without suffering any form of punishment simply because they're children. I'm not saying every juvenile needs to be tried as an adult. What I am saying is that we can't keep just sitting back saying, well, they're kids, they didn't know. Well, they need to learn. You're stepping into the shoes of an adult, then there's a penalty that you must pay. So, do we lock them up? Do we try them as juveniles? Do we try them as adults? Or do we counsel them until they do it again? While the girl was kicking her in her head, you've seen the video probably 100 times, other girls can be heard laughing. Simply because they don't quite understand the seriousness of what is going on. But they got to learn. So again, I said, what do? Do we lock the kids up or do we lock the parents up? So, it's kind of split. Some are saying the children, some are saying the parents, some are saying both. But one thing we don't want a parent to do is to uphold their children in wrongdoing. So if you would ask the parent, well, do you think your child should receive any kind of punishment for what happened to my child? Probably they're going to tell you no. She's sorry for it. And she may be. But being sorry for being a part of someone's life ending don't mean anything. Now again, I'm not saying that these two girls died as a result of the fight. But I'm saying it's suspect. I'm just wondering would they be alive today had they not had a fight? And I think that's a fair question that deserves a fair answer. Somebody says that, well, if you don't start making stiffer punishments for the actions. Sam, you are exactly right. And that's my point. That's my point. I listened to, that was an alert from the shooting in Charlotte. I think they just said 2 people have been pronounced dead with the on-campus shooting there. So we are going to see if we can pull up something on that. But that's my whole point right there. What do? We just can't keep letting them get away, because when this child gets away and that child gets away and that child gets away, well, it becomes a joke to the children. If it wasn't a joke in the beginning, it becomes a joke now. So, parents, you have to raise your kids. That's just the bottom line. I mean, you can't go all out. I mean, just let them do what the hell they want to do. And then when something like this occurs, well, she didn't know anything about it. She's having nightmares and stuff. And, I mean, okay, and somebody's dead. You know that, right? And then we were told, as I listened to the mother give the interview, and I'm paraphrasing to what the other mother said, is that they had a fight last month. And it was that's what she said. And I'm like, really? She said, they had a fight last month. And they had came to a mutual agreement. We shared that. It's on my page. Go look at it. This is another. They came to a mutual agreement, her and my daughter, that they was going to meet after school and they was going to fight. A mutual agreement like they was finna go buy a damn car. And so, I try to read between the lines. Are you trying to do damage control for your daughter for the life of Francis? That's what I'm not directly charging anybody. I just got a lot of questions. Oftentimes, the way you deliver a message is determine how someone receives that message. So it's a mutual agreement. Okay, we ain't got to worry about it because they both agreed to fight. Okay, everything's fine. No, everything ain't fine. Now, she may not have meant it that way, but that's the way I got it. That's the way I took it. One of the saddest things I heard Miss Jackson say is that she said, I can see, I wrote it down, I don't want to misquote her. She says, I can see those girls. I'm trying to find her statement. I think I can remember it. She said, I can just see that girl kicking my daughter in her head. And the other girl's just standing there laughing. She went on to say, and she started to cry, and she was giving an interview. She said, I'm losing my child. And today, I watched a live streaming of an event held at Francis School. And people were, they were praying and different things, and some students came up, and one girl, and I'm paraphrasing again, she says, she talked about how she was going to miss it, and she said something to the extent about, even when you was having a bad day, you wouldn't let nobody know it. You always wanted to help people, and I'm going to miss that. And I'm like, wow, kids shouldn't be giving this kind of speech right now over their classmates, their friends. That's not here anymore. Bullying, not only is it serious, it's deadly. If the kids don't kill the kids will kill themselves. A 15-year-old boy, I think he was in Alabama, black, gay, committed suicide just recently. because of the kids teasing him about his sexual preferences. Listen, and I'm gonna get out of here. I know it's not one of them shout videos because this is a serious issue, so I can't go there with you tonight. But let me tell you something. I don't give a damn how you think people should live. That's not the kind of world that we live in. This is the real world. This is not LMN. This is not Lifetime. This is not a reality show. This is life. Children at a young age need to be taught to respect everybody. Whether you agree with a lifestyle or not, their color or not, respect people. Don't discriminate against anybody. Don't put anybody down because of their color, their race, their sexual preferences. Everybody should have a right to be free when they walk outside of their homes, in schools, in streets, in different places, just as free as they are when they're inside of their home. No one is above the other. You may have more than somebody else, but it doesn't make you better than that person. And at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you one thing. I don't know who in the hell's going to hell. I don't know who's going to heaven. And you don't either. And you don't. You just don't know. Teach kids to respect kids, regardless to their race, their color, their nationality, or their sexual preferences. I had to remind a young lady one day when she was teasing some girls outside. One of the girls were gay. And I said, why are you doing that? Because you're gay. And so I had to quickly remind her. I said, let me tell you something. You know, you got a family member that's gay. And she looked at me like she couldn't believe I was saying that to her. Then I looked at her like I can't believe that you were saying that to me about her. Now, what you're saying about her, would you like that if somebody came and said that to you about your family member? You wouldn't like it. Don't dish out what you don't want to come back. Because you straight don't make you better than them. We all have flaws. We all come with side effects. The Commodore said it best. Everybody wants me to be what they want me to be, but I'm not happy when I try to fake it. I said this the other day, whenever you come around me, until the day I die, you can be free to be who you are. If you're lesbian, you're bisexual, you're gay, or whatever, you're white, you're black, or whatever, we can go eat together, we can hang out together, we can do whatever it is. Because I know who I am, and I respect you for what you are. I have nothing but respect for the LGBT. And I know y'all ain't gonna like that, but everybody on the planet deserves to be respected. You should not have no more rights than the next man. Just because the Bible says, did you know God destroyed Solomon and Gomorrah? And well, did you also know the Bible said a liar should not enter into the kingdom of heaven? Now, we can go here all night with the Bible. The Bible said this, the Bible said that. So quit trying to put one sin and one wrong above the other when it's really not. And stop trying to minimize your wrong or to try to do damage control on yourself by trying to tear somebody else up only to try and build your self-esteem up because you're a person of self-made misery. Bullying is a serious issue and it needs to be addressed. Kids must start paying the price for things that leads to someone committing suicide or the child dying after a fight with a child. And again, she had the tumor on her brain. Doctor, if she hadn't had a fight, would she still be here today? That's all we're asking. That's just it. It's as simple as that. Everybody deserves to be respected. And it matters a damn whether you agree with me tonight or not, because the truth is the truth, whether you believe it or not. And the truth don't change just because you don't believe it. It don't. Teach your children to respect other kids for who they are and not what they think they should be. You wouldn't like it if the shoe was on the other foot. I'm Al Scott with Injustice Investigations. We will see you on YouTube. As always, I thank you all for tuning in. And again, the numbers came in, I think, Friday. And we are doing excellent, marvelous, superb, splendid, wonderful. The ratings are like going up. More and more people are making Injustice Investigations news their source for reliable news. We try to have a fact-based show. We don't deal with third-hand information. But if we get it wrong, and sometimes we do, we'll come out and we will apologize and we will correct it, and then we go on. It's as simple as that. I thank you all for your support. And please, if you agree with anything I've said in this video, not for me, I need you to share this video and I need you to tag someone in this video, because bullying is dangerous and it's also death. I'm Al Scott with Injustice Investigations. I'm not always right and you are not always wrong. We'll see you on the radio.